Welcome back, everybody. You got Specs here, and today we are going to be talking about the second week battles for the UPDL Season 2. We're just going to be going over this week's, or last week's, I suppose, 6 battles. I'm going to be giving my 2 cents on said battles, and yeah, feel free to take any sort of advice you sort of glean from it, and feel free to take the roasting as well, you know. There's gonna be plenty of that as okay, probably not as much of that, but yeah, forget about talking about this intro stuff. Let's just get right into it. So first up, we got the what's their name again? Narukami Ninetales versus the Zigzag Goons, or Zigzag Goons, Zigzagoon, whatever, I don't care. Yeah, so anyway, we got some, mouse is not on the right screen there. We got some interesting things in the Narukami Ninetales side. You know, we got the Victini, we got the Mega Sharp. You can see a Minior is pretty interesting. Interesting chestnut there. We don't know what it's for. On the other side, we got a lot of very scary offensive monster. You know, Scarf Darm, maybe. Some sort of Kartano is always scary. Zygar's always scary. Linoon can be scary. You know, right now, off the bat, looking at the matchup here, Linoon looks pretty decent, I must say. Minior does resist extreme speed, yeah, sure, but like that's the only thing that resists it. So if you can get rid of the Minior, Linoon can very well easily belly drum sweep. Kartana looks extremely threatening as well. Basically nothing resists it on the opposing end, so it's gonna be really hard to break through that Kartana. Yeah, Darn even looks pretty good here. Like, everything looks very good from the Zigzag Goon side. There's a lot of threatening stuff here. Meanwhile, from the Narukami Ninetales, depending on sets, for sure, a lot of things can rip through. Like, for example, the Mega Sharpedo, if this is like speed boost and you have like close combat, Ice Fang, like a water move, something like that, like this is gonna go pretty ham as well. Shell Smash Minior can also do some decent damage here. Victini even, although, yeah, it makes Victini could do really well here as well. Yeah, so honestly, both teams kind of just tear into each other, frankly. I think this is just going to be a battle about who offenses the other, out-offenses the other first, I guess. So yeah. Judging from general team structure, pretty sure Popula is probably going to lead Galvantula. Or just maybe like something like Victini to help start off the game with momentum, something like that. Meanwhile, Ampharos probably is going to lead Darmanitan. We'll see what happens. So, turn 1, we do see the Galvantula lead against the Shiny Darmanitan. We see the immediate Scarf Flare Blitz from the Darmanitan as the Galvantula goes for Thunder Wave. That is the correct play. Yeah, I mean, it is the right play. Because there is that chance that a Thunder Wave misses, and then that means you don't get webs up. But of course, it's 90% accurate, so, you know, the potential reward is better than the risk, I guess. Because now you get not only is the, Scarf Darmanitan paralyzed, now you get to set up webs this turn, so you don't really lose too much, so, that's fine. Anyway, we're going to see the webs on the Flare Blitz again. We're going to see Sharpedo come in. I'm most likely going to go for a Protect turn 1 to get a speed boost, or maybe just go for that water move. Yeah, probably does go for the Liquidation. Does some nice damage. We're going to see the Mega Evolve immediately, and the Crunch, which will take out the... Yeah, that thing. Anyway, Kartana is going to come in here now. Looks like... you know what? Before I continue, I did actually... Oh, you guys can't see the calc at all. I did get the calc, though. I'll try to... Yeah, so I'm using the calc this time because I don't want to miss anything super important. For example, if this Mega Sharpedo had close combat, would that have effect of anything in this matchup? So it looks like close combat was not going to one-shot guaranteed, so switching there could have been fine, especially since in draft leagues you usually have, Pokemon usually have more bulk because they don't have to invest everything into speed and whatnot. So I guess that's a fine play. And that's first off, assuming that thing even has close combat. It could very well be like Ice Fang Protect in the last 2 slots, so we don't know. Anyway, we're going to see the swap of Victini on the Sacred Sword here from the Kartana. We're going to see the swap again, indicating that, well, it's probably just well, yeah, no, Cardano would just switch there in general. Because even if it was Scarf, obviously it's going to be locked to Sacred Sword, doesn't want to stay in on the Victini. So yeah. So we don't know too much about the Kartana yet. I mean, probably based on the damage, the popular Narukami Ninetales probably knows what type of... You can know what type of Kartana it is based on the damage it dealt to your Victini. Anyway, so we're going to see the Victini go for the Searing Shot, just 30% and Life Orb damage. We're going to see a U-turn. Interesting stat. Sorry, interesting stat. Normally I wouldn't recommend Life Orb with U-turn. Just because, well, I just don't like, okay, you know, hot take, well, not super hot take, but I don't really like Life Orb in general. Like, it used to be pretty good, but nowadays I don't like the damage dealt, you know, with the 1 point, like, it's 1.3 times boost, yeah, sure, but the damage dealt to yourself is pretty bad. So, like, for example, you know, if the Ampharos, ever got a, well, okay, they couldn't get up rocks this game. But if they did bring up rocks or something, right? So your Victini now is taking 25% from the Stealth Rock chip. And now that literally means that's less damage that the Victini can do. Because, you know, you only have... You used to have 10, max 11 Life Orb hits, right? From full health. But now after one switch in from rocks, you know, now you're at 75%. So you only get 8 hits now. So it's like... I don't know. I just don't like that aspect of the damage, dealing it back to yourself. So, which is why I only use Life Orb on stuff like Magic Guard or Sheer Force, or even on mods with Grassy Surge. I'm fine with that because, you know, you're still getting that leftovers recovery, which is somewhat nullifying the Life Orb damage. But you know, this is just that's kind of just personal preference myself. But I especially want to run Life Orb on a Stealth Rock weak Pokemon personally. That's for sure. Like on Pokemon that are like neutral to Stealth Rock, it's whatever. But, or even resist it. But like, just, I wouldn't run on Stealth Rock Pokemon personally. So for Victini, I would usually just run something like Boots if you want to not run mixed. But to be fair, it doesn't look like Ampharos can set up any sort of hazard in this game at all, actually. So, in this scenario, Life Orb is fine, I guess. Anyway, but I mean in general. Okay, I went on that tangent long enough. Anyways, we're going to see the Minior come in here on the Zygarde going for the Dragon Dance. We're going to see an Outrage come out, and it is going to bring Minior down to its Focus Sash as it goes for a Toxic. And we're going to see the Lumberry on Zygarde, interestingly enough. Minior is going to be faster and goes for the Explosion, which does take out the Zygarde, though. It's pretty interesting. Did not expect that type of Minior to be brought, but, you know, it's pretty cool. We're going to see the Chestnut come in here on the Darmanitan. It's going to go for a Sub. As Darm is going to go for a Flare Blitz, it is going to connect. The sub indicates that could potentially be a Belly Drum Chestnut. And if it is a Belly Drum Chestnut, I'd be very pressed to get that Lanoon set up immediately if I were Ampharos. In fact, yeah, okay, well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, so Cradily comes in here on the next Flare Blitz. Does a nice 55%. Probably going to see... Okay, we're going to see a Protect as it goes for another Flare Blitz. Okay, so if I were the Ampharos, you know, well, the Ampharos does exactly what I thought I was going to do. I would Flare Blitz again, hopefully not kill the Cradily, and then hopefully the Cradily kills me, so that, or I would just hard switch into the Lanoon, because either way, basically, the main point I'm trying to get here is that currently, this Lanoon can 100% sweep the game right now, right? I think. Actually, it depends on the Cradily, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Let me go check. Okay, so, you know, we have a Lanoon, right? What's his strongest coverage move? I guess Seed Bomb. Okay, so let's assume it has Seed Bomb, right? And then we go to the Cradily here. Okay, so Lanoon doing fighting against a max defense, max HP Cradily. It's going to be doing around 50% with the Seed Bomb, right? Which is probably its strongest move against it. Yeah, so getting rid of this Cradily is very important. At the same time, you need to set up on something. Like, the Lanoon needs to set up on something. And this is probably the safest thing for Lanoon to set up on. So, I don't know. Because, like, I think that would guarantee you the fastest win at this point. Or the one possible way to win this game. Because it's just like, frankly, Lanoon can't set up on anything else in this against this thing, right? So, you know, you have... Well, I mean, to be fair, it's at 100%. I don't know, maybe you can set up on something. Probably not, though. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have tried to get Lanoon in here and tried to set up. That's my suggestion. Or like maybe try to get rid of, if this Kartana was Scarf, also getting rid of Webs with Rotom would have also helped a lot if you had Defog on there. So that could have helped as well. But I'm not sure what type of Kartana that is. You know what? Let's check right now. So we saw it do 30% to Victini, right? So let's see. This is a life for. Oh. Okay, so actually it looks like that Kartana was banded. Oh wait, that's not. Yeah, so Kartana was definitely banded, probably. Yeah, it was probably banded, unless it was like minus defense Victini. So, which no, it still would be banded regardless, because we didn't see like any life word percent, anything like that. So, if it is banded, actually, frankly, yeah, Kartana still could have won here. So actually, if this Rotom had Defog, getting rid of Webs was also a good idea, since this Cradily is very passive. So, you know, you can try to set up. Yeah, you can try to get rid of Webs here, and it could potentially work. So basically, yeah, if I was Ampharos, 2 win cons here. Get rid of Webs, use Kartana, and as well as Lanoon Bellydrum. Basically, Bellydrum, this is the best time to set it up. Cradily is pretty passive, probably not going to kill you. Again, and then for the other win con, yeah, Rotom can probably set up, get a Defog up on the Cradily. It's going to recover back up to full health, but you can threaten it again with Kartana. So, I don't know. This is just what I'm thinking about. And then if I'm popular right here, this Bellydrum Chestnut is really good. I'd be trying to kill their Manatan as soon as I can. And then once I do that, Chestnut can 100% set up probably on the Rotom Wash. Maybe even the Kartana if it locks into the wrong move. And yeah. Anyway, so we're going to see Flare Blitz come out again. Not going to kill. Cradely's going to go for the recovery here. Yeah, Flare Blitz. It's going to get a high roll and Cradily goes down. Yep, so Victini's going to come out here, go for the Searing Shot. It's going to knock out the Darmanitan. We're probably going to see the Rotom come out here. Chestnut switches in on it on the Protect. Okay, we're going to see a Dark Pulse. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Protect on Rotom is... I mean, it can be good, I guess, in the right scenario, but this is definitely not the situation to click it. I got the Victini. Well, I mean, I guess Ampharos could have been afraid of a potential Energy Ball, which is why he went for that. But, you know, if this Chestnut comes in and it's, you know, it's some... well, I guess you might not know it's Bellydrum, but, you know, if it's substitute, well, without any sort of items, it's almost definitely Bellydrum. And if you see, like, not Black Sludge, if you see, like, leftovers on it, of course, it could definitely potentially be just, like, hold up. Hold up. Excuse me, my playlist. Okay. Anyway, oh, wrong thing. Okay, so going back to the matter at hand here. So Rotom going for Dark Pulse. I don't see why there's a Dark Pulse here. I guess Volt Switch was probably the best play here. If you Volt Switch, you would have put it at a very low health, and then if it did go for the Bellydrum, and if it had enough health to go for the Bellydrum, you could definitely have picked it off of Lanoon. So going for Dark Pulse here was like, I don't know why you would ever do that. Anyway, resume. Bellydrum comes out. It is going to live. Get the Salic Berry. And I kind of expected that. Drain Punch is going to knock out the Rotom here too, and it's going to get a lot of health back, which means now Lanoon can't revenge kill it with Extreme Speed. And the game's over. I doubt Kartana is able to take out a Chestnut. Oh wait, no, it's slower, so it doesn't even matter. And yeah. Yeah, I think Ampharos, there's a couple moveset things that definitely didn't work out here. I'm not really sure why Dark Pulse was on Rotom. I mean, maybe there's something I wasn't accounting for, but Volt Switch plus Hydro is pretty much the only offensive moves you ever want to use on Rotom besides maybe Thunderbolt, if you want to use another stronger secondary stab. Yeah, I don't know. Rotom is a lot better with utility in general. You know, you want to run like Wisp, you want to run Defog, all that type of stuff. And you want to keep up momentum, which is why, especially so, Rotom wants to run Volt Switch. And Rotom is one of the best Volt Switches in the game as well, because ground types are very, very hard pressed to try to switch in on it. And even like Volt Absorb Bonds, most of them don't want to take Hydro Pump either. So Rotom is just really good at Volt Switching, and I think you should be abusing that a lot more than you are currently. You also need to start recognizing win cons as well. The Ban Kartana could have won at any if you got rid of webs. To be fair, if you didn't have Defog on the Rotom Wash, then that's a moot point. Lanoon also, I don't know. I want to caution saying like it could have won by setting up on Cradily, because that Cradily could have had Toxic, like 1000% could have Toxic, and then you probably wouldn't have been able to win from there. But you know, I think at that position you kind of had to try, because there was no real way of setting up anywhere else. I think. Yeah, because you're slower than everything, right? So you're going to take a hit first. I don't know, it depends. So we have a Victini. Oh, I'm so lazy. I don't want to calc this. Oh, whatever, I'll try. Okay, so Searing Shot here. We'll give it Timid. And then a Life Orb. Yes, Searing Shot against Olanoon. Yeah, there is no, unless you got like the lowest possible roll there, even if with the lowest possible roll, you wouldn't have been able to Beldrum afterwards, so yeah, definitely not a viable option there. So, yeah, I think you should have, your best chance at winning was setting up with Lanoon on the Cradily. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think you just need to start being more cognizant of this type of win con stuff. Popula did well though. I think Popula played very well here. Getting webs up was very important throughout this entire game. Make sure Popula was kind of in control. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next battle. Okay, so we got here the Alpine Armaldos versus the Melting Mudkips. Okay, yeah. So, God, this looks like a Sun team. It just looks like one. I mean, there's like 2 Chlorophyll Mons here, and then you got the Soul Power Charizard. Yeah. Except that's Charizard X, so, you know, it can't be. So, whatever. Anyway, we also have Sun. We have actual Sun on this side here. But that's Mega Venusaur. You know what? Whatever. Let's just forget about it. Let's just start. Mew's going to come out on the Toxicroak, and we're going to see a Taunt turn 1 as the Toxicroak goes for Gunk Shot. We're going to see Cosmic Power. So, yeah. This looks like it's going to be Demon Mew, which basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically just Cosmic Power, Store Powered, Roost, and then either Taunt or Body Press if you want to deal with Dark types. The set had its kind of big stint in OU, a month or I forgot how long ago. But like it's still kind of common, and yeah, it's a really scary set. If you don't have any Dark types, this thing could 100% just beat your team. He does get the poison here with the Gunk Shot. Thankfully, though, Mew had the Lumberry. We're going to see a Store Power come out here, and it is going to check out the Toxicroak. It is a 4-time super effective move after all. Despite it only being a 60 base power Store Power, we see another Store Power here on the fly. We're going to see a Lucky Miss, although frankly, I don't think it mattered too much. Knockoff comes out. The Bear was already knocked off a while ago. Fly's going to come out again on the Cosmic. Yeah, okay, so looks like Eve is just going to run train already. So yeah, she is almost at max. We're going to see her go to max as the Torn goes for what the? Oh, hold the phone. This thing is Nasty Plot, Fly, and Knock. Okay, I just want a PSA here. Nasty Plot boost special attack, and you only have I've only seen 2 physical moves from you, so unless I see a physical move, okay, we're never gonna see a physical move. Okay, we don't see a special move. Okay, well, yeah, so there are physical and special moves, and if you want to use a Nasty Plot, which is a special boosting, which boosts your special attack, you got to use special moves with it. So like Hurricane, Focus Blast, Heat Wave, that type of stuff. So stick with that next time. Yeah, Fly Torn, I didn't question it as much as I probably should have, but I have seen, I've seen Acrobatic Tornadus, which is actually not terrible, but never seen Fly. Definitely interesting. Anyway, we're going to see a Store Power on the Poison type, which is obviously going to kill. And now we got This Mew is definitely put in work. Did not kill this Executor though, but Draco Meter is doing absolutely nothing. So we're probably going to see another Star Power indeed take it out. Yep. Charizard's going to come out here. Go for the Flare Blitz, which does absolutely nothing, but she does get a burn. Melting Mudkips does get a burn. Sword Power is going to take it out. We're finally going to see Swampert against the world. The Sword Power is not going to take it out, and we actually see Darkest Lariat. So, yes, that was... Darkest Lariat does ignore stat boost, which is why it was able to do so much damage to the Mew. For those of you who are wondering. Yeah, so it ignores stat changes, which is why Darkest Lariat is actually the heated... This is actually one of the cooler moves. You run it on like Bulk Up the Rude, and it's pretty good at against certain stall teams. I think I've explained this before, but like if you fight an Iron Defense Corviknight, you can bulk up Darkest Lariat, and it's gonna do a lot. So because you ignored the Iron Defense boost. So yeah, this thing basically should have been brought out a lot earlier. To be fair, it was only gonna do like 50%, and then the Mew could have probably. Well, it got burned by the Charizard, which is very lucky. So actually, with the burn plus it can't Roost Stall. So, whatever. Anyway, Darkest Lariat is going to take out the Mew after the burn damage. Very unfortunate for the Mew, but it's now 5 against 1, and there is a Mega Venusaur on the field, so this is probably over. Leech Seed is going to miss here as Darkest Lariat comes out again for some reason. Probably should be going for Earthquake, which does more damage if you have it. To be fair, maybe you don't. Yawn's going to come out here. Leech Seed and Toxic have been placed onto the Swampert though, so I think it is a bit too little, too late. Venusaur goes to sleep, but this is, I'm just gonna skip the turn. Yeah, the game has been finished. So, in conclusion, Mew is very dangerous. You should probably prep for every single variant, except it's impossible, so screw you, and Mew's gonna destroy your team anyways. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, it's a quick game. I don't know. Sage's team couldn't really have done too much against that type of Mew, so I guess lead better next time. I don't know if you let Charizard. Mew definitely didn't have as much leniency setting up against something like a Toxicroak, which is very fearful of it. So yeah, I don't know. To be fair, maybe Sage probably didn't know about this type of set, which, if you don't play OU a lot, definitely is not going to be something you run into every day. So, yeah. I don't know, just be better. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, a good thing about Draft Leagues is that now you know about all this type of stuff now. It makes you a better player because you have more experience. So, you have the knowledge to deal with more and more things. Hopefully, that's the main thing people get when they play in this draft league. Hopefully. I really hope no one just goes through this, doesn't learn anything, because that's really not the goal here. I want everyone to get better at moms at the end of the day. We need more good people. Yeah. Next up, we have the Georgia Jolteons versus the Texas Turtwigs. Yes. And, we have Regigigas on the field. Pretty cool. And we have Electric Terrain again on this side. We got... okay, Texas Turtwigs got some map threats. Mega Kangaskhan, by the way. And then you got Darm, Stack Attack. Oof. These 5, they look amazing. This 6th one... Okay, let's start. We're going to see Drill lead off here against Stakataka. I have a feeling this is going to be lead rocks like it was last time, and I am correct in that assumption. So, we are going to see the Earthquake come out here. They're both Sash, as it turns out, and the second is going to go for Trick Room and go for the Body Press to knock out the Ectodrill. You see the defense boost on Stack. I'm assuming Texas Turtwig knows about if you run 15 defense IVs, you can get an attack boost thing, and he's just running the defense EVs just so he can boost Body Press damage. I'm assuming. I hope so, because otherwise, why are you doing that? Mimikyu's going to come out here, go for the Shadow Sneak, and take out the Stack Attack. Very fair. We're going to see the Life Orb proc, and we're going to see Regigigas come in. Cool story, bro. Protect is going to come out turn 1, as this is a Will-O-Wisp Mimikyu, which is pretty interesting. See the Iron Head come out here. Hopefully it doesn't flinch. It does, actually, which is very unfortunate. Gonna see another Protect probably, yep, as we see another Wisp, yep. We're probably gonna see another Wisp as the Regigigas goes for yet another Iron Head, but it would be burned, and I am correct. I'm doing around 28%. Looks like Regigigas is about to run out of slow start turns on the next turn, in fact. Coppercoco is gonna come in here on the Protect, and Regigigas is now out of slow start. So congratulations, you stalled out slow start. Nature Mask is going to come out, do a, obviously half HP. Regigigas is going to go for the Body Slam. It does actually do, keep in mind that thing is burned, so it is doing quite a lot of damage. Thunderbolt's going to come out, Body Slam's going to come out again. But this Regigigas is only going to be able to just get a lot of chip on this Koko, as the Koko's going to just Volt Switch out and go into Raichu. Kangaskhan's going to come out here. If I were Moon, I'd be worried about Sucker Punch, and I was correct in that assumption, and down it goes. If that specs Raichu, yeah, there's not much you could do there. I guess you could try to swap the Mimikyu there, but Kangaskhan got you covered, baby. Yeah, okay. Mimikyu is gonna come out here. He's gonna go for EQ. Yep. Kangaskhan looks like it's about to run through everything. Sucker Punch fails as the Koko actually goes for Toxic. Very interesting. We're going to see another Matrix Madness here as Kangaskhan goes for the EQ just to safely take out the Koko. Then we're going to see Kingdra come in on the Body Slam, which is going to paralyze. We're going to see a full para? No, we're going to see a Focus Energy here. Okay. So, at that point, you definitely don't want to just start setting up against a Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan does a lot of damage, so if I were Moon there, screw the critical hit boost, I would just hit it with the Kangaskhan. To be fair, I think Scopeland's crit draw basically does have agility on most of its moveset. Potentially going for that might have been a better play here. Because at this point you're down by 2, you need to just get some luck. You need to get some luck here, so I would have tried to... So basically, 2 things here. Either just take the L and go for just go and hit Kangaskhan with Surf or Dragon Meteor or whatever. Or you go for agility and hope you don't get Body Slam parried. Basically, that's my 2 cents here. If you didn't get parried and you got the +2, that's actually... Well, it's actually pretty bad, considering Kangaskhan is now... You're now in a Sucker Punch 50-50 versus the Kangaskhan. So you have to guess whether to Focus Energy on the next turn or attack the Kangaskhan. So, yeah, there's that. So yeah, I think you have to go for that though, considering you're down by 2. So yeah, this is just all hypothetical, but if you had agility, if you used it and you didn't get Body Slam paralyzed, I think you had to go for the attack is more reasonable, because the one way Texas Turtwigs can throw this match is by letting you set up Focus Energy. And by going for Sucker Punch. So if I was Terra, I would have attacked the next turn after the agility. I wouldn't have gone for Sucker Punch. I just want to have gone for no, sorry. Yeah. So I would have gone for Sucker Punch. So I would have just gone straight for the attack. So I would have agility and then went for Surf. So yeah. And then you can just try to get crits the normal way with your Scopelands. Yeah, but that's all hypothetical. Maybe Mooney didn't even have agility, which I doubt. I think it did. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, right. But yeah, anyways, you got Body Slam paralyzed. Well, there's nothing you can do. But I definitely would have just killed the Kangaskhan. It was definitely another option there as well. Instead of trying to go for an agility or Focus Energy. Anyway, yeah, Kangaskhan's gonna take out the Kingdra, but it's gonna die to Toxic Poison. Pretty standard, and we're gonna see the Gardevoir, Mega Gardevoir versus the Durantine, and there it goes. Okay, so yeah, I think Gardevoir would have been fairly hard pressed to win that match. Anyways, to be fair, this thing could have missed. To be fair, this Durantine, and then maybe this Jirachi didn't have Iron. That was the win con, I guess. Or like maybe like the Gardevoir crit Mystical fired a full attack of invested Jirachi. I don't know. Yeah. At this point, Moon kind of lost. I think the Kangaskhan just did a lot of work here, and there's not much Moon could have done about it, frankly. In fact, Moon did get a lot of chip with Koko, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, the Kingdra play afterwards was just. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have gone. Focus Energy was the last thing I would have gone for there. Would have gone for Agility first, just to try to get past Body Slam Paras, or I would have tried to just kill the Kinkison. But yeah. Anyways, what else? Yeah, there's nothing much else there. Okay. Okay, moving on. We got Zan versus Zach. So the Driftveil Delibirds versus the Wuppertal. I don't know how to pronounce that city name. Wuppertal Woopers? Yeah, something like that. This looks like a team that is very prepared against rain. We got almost everything on this. Okay, so we got we got water resist, like one of the most famous water resists against rain. Another famous water resist against rain. A water immunity, which also potentially lends power a little bit. Whimsicott. Wait, that's not Whimsicott. Cottony. We got Regieleki as well, which is very, very scary against a rain team for obvious electrifying reasons. And then we also have Snorlax. So this team is actually extremely well prepared against rain, so I'm interested to see how the Driftveil Delibirds plans to get around it. I think this matchup isn't unwinnable, for sure, but it needs some decent techs to beat this team. It basically needs Zapdos to go the heck in. Anyway, we're going to see the Pelipper lead turn 1 against the Ferrothorn. Probably just going to see a nice, safe U-turn, and we do. Looks like it is just Iron Barbs, which means probably just lefties. Ferrothorn, but we do see the Curse come out here. Very interesting. Yeah, Zadash doesn't very much have a lot of good answers to Ferrothorn. Pretty obviously, it's a rain team. Hurricane is doing a lot, though, but with Leech Seed, this is not going to be a super winnable matchup, especially if it has Protect, which it apparently does. Though I'm interested to see what set, though, what the last move on the Pharaoh is. See another Hurricane connect. We can see another Curse. I see another Protect on the next turn, because it lets it live the next Hurricane. And this is also stalling out rain turns very, very, very well. See another Hurricane. Finally gets a Confusion. And hits itself in Confusion, which is pretty bad for the Ferrothorn. Probably going to see another Hurricane here as Slowking comes in. Yep. Does around 49. And then we're probably going to see a Volt Switch. Okay, we're not going to see Volt Switch. Okay, we're going to see the Slowking go for Trick Room here. And then we're going to see Cottony come in here as the Flopper goes for Lipton. Okay. Pelipper is going to come in here. Maybe we're going to see another U-turn again? No, we're going to see it. We're going to see a Defog. Very interesting. I'm not exactly sure why Zan went for that. That was, I don't know, Cottony can't set a hazard, so that didn't make a lot of sense there. We're going to see a Future Sight as the Pelipper goes for the U-turn. Very fair. Healess is going to come in here, though. Grass Knot. I don't know. No, he's just going to go for Hyper Voice. Alright. So yeah, if this Helios had Grass Knot, which I'm pretty sure it does learn, probably should have gone for that, or predict the Ferrothorn and just go for Volt Switch. I don't know. I think Zach going for Seismitoad is a little bit premature. I wouldn't have done that myself. So either you just go for like, actually Volt Switch is just the right play. You should have just gone for that if you had it. Harbor Voice is going to come out again. You're going to see another Trick Room being set up. Future Sight is going to come out and hit the Helios for big damage. And this Helios isn't even Dry Skin. Oh no, it is Dry Skin. Never mind. Okay. Okay, we're going to see. Alright. I think this Helios is Specs or Scarf. I don't know. Why does this keep taking me out of my playlist? What's wrong with this thing? Okay. Alright. Oh, I forgot to set it on repeat too. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was Cynthia. Anyway, anyways, look, I like Mew more a lot, but you know he's got some interesting thumbnails. All right, you know, just one thing I have to work through. You know? Anyways, let me check the damage on here. Get off my back, okay. Okay, so it was definitely Specs, if this is max HP, max Spadef, Slowking. So it's probably Specs, Heliolisk, and I would have swapped a long time ago, because you're not going to get anything just by sitting there spamming Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice has no secondary effects you can even try to go for, so like, yeah, you should have just swapped out, gone on Zapdos or something like that. Like, I don't know, 5 turns ago. But you do get a Zapdos here, which is nice. Slack Off comes out as it's probably going to go for a Dry Thunder. Does quite a bit of damage and gets the Paralysis. And then I would switch here in order to circumvent the Future Sight. Or Roost if you had it, but nope. But hold up. Before we continue. That was actually Spec Zapdos as well. So, yeah, you know, I don't know what I'm saying. They're both pretty. They're good sets. No, I'm not saying they're bad. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't have let Zapdos die there. You got to be conscientious of that Future Sight. To be fair, your switches to Future Sight are almost non-existent. So there is that. You basically would have had the Sakamon. Yeah, but I think Zapdos is too important in this game to let go. I mean, look what it was doing. It was like Verthorn's all at 23 already, and then like the Slowking is almost dead, all that type of stuff. Anyway, see the Earthquake come out here. Oh, I skipped a couple turns. Oh yeah, the swap to Toad on the predicted Thunder. Yeah. Well, it's not predicted because it was Specs Zapdos, so it was a very sweet switching. See the Earthquake come out on the power. Okay, yeah. So the more you know, Toad does get Power Whip. So if you were more conscientious of that, you probably would have swapped to something like Pelipper just to reset a brain or something like that. And then actually, you don't really. To be fair, Toad just kind of goes in against you. Actually, there's really not much you can do. It's almost definitely Water Absorb, right? And it's gonna eat up all your. I'm assuming this thing was Assault Vest actually. So yeah, this thing kind of goes crazy against Rain. Yeah, so in retrospect, I would have. I guess your best bet was probably go to Pelipper and then like U-turn out, try to go to Heliolisk and like try to Grass Knot it or something. That would have probably been my best way of dealing with that. But yes, it says Seismitoad is very, very annoying. So yeah. Anyway, Power Whip is going to come out and kill the Mega Swampert. You see Outrage come out here. Is going to tank it. Grand Punch is not doing much though. Probably going to see a swap into Ferrothorn or the Discount Whimsicott. Barraskewda is going to come in here on the Charm. Very interesting. And get Stun Scored. But Poison Jab is going to take out the Cottony. But it did get Paras, so that's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, Thunderbolt's going to come out and two-shot the swapped in Heliolisk. Dracovish is going to come in here for some reason. That was... Oh, wow. Okay. That was very, very... At this point, you should have just Outrage if you're going to go to Dracovish. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because there's still a Water Absorb mon, and this Ferrothorn is at 23%. Outrage is going to two-shot at the very minimum, if not just one shot. So, yeah, I don't know why that was a Fidget's Rend. Zoggen's going to come out here as the Skull comes out. Probably you should just be spamming U-turn with Pelipper. This thing should never just be in here trying to kill things. Because now you give momentum to the Slowking. Slowking now be able to, heal up. Ferrothorn is going to come in here on the Poison. Man, this guy's getting read like a goddamn book. I would have closed combat. Wait, no, actually, that would have been kind of preemptive. I would have had Crunch. That's what I would have done. I just would have been better at had Crunch. Because Crunch in that scenario would have definitely done a lot. Would have probably killed the. It would kill the Slowking. Probably killed the Ferrothorn at that range. All that type of stuff. Dracovish is going to come in here on the Leaf Seed. Ferrothorn is going to get back up to full by the end of this game. Probably see a Protect here. Yep. Probably going to see a U-turn here. No, we're going to see a Skull trying to burn the Ferrothorn, I guess. Bruce on Future Sight. Probably going to see a U-turn on a Trigger. Nope, we're going to see another Scald on the Paralysis. Interesting. We're going to see another Scald on another Okay, so why is this... Gets crit by Future Sight, which is really big. So, you lose all that health. Roost on the... Okay, so... Okay, why is this Pelipper still in this game? It should have left a while ago and then came back into Reset of Rain. Or something like that. Yeah, like Dracovish should have came in here 20 turns ago. Gone for Outrage, something. Well, to be fair, now the Ferrothorn's at 55%, so now you have to actually predict. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna see this happen for a couple more turns. Treeckos is gonna come in. Finally, after like 4 turns of paralysis in a row, looking is gonna be able to slack off. Goes the first throwing on the outrage, doing absolutely nothing. And yeah, this game is very over. I must say. Luchi's gonna come out here. We don't even know what last move this Fairthorn has. Are we ever gonna see it? No, because we're gonna see a Leech Seed on the double. Very smart play by Zach. You're gonna see another Protect here. He's just gonna try to be as infuriating as possible. See a Seismic come in on the Scald. Yep, yeah. This guy is playing Zan like a flute. Oh boy. Rock Slide's gonna come out, do it. Not much damage. But you know, Sato's already back up to full. See another Rock Slide on U-turn. Going to Barraskewda here. Gets paralyzed on the Power Whip, and this thing dies. Yeah, this game is pretty much over. Ice Beam's gonna come out. Zan's probably trying to go for the freeze, but no dice. At least on the first turn. Second turn. Nope, no dice. I would have gone Fairthorn there. That's a much safer play, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at this point, frankly, though. Fairthorn is going to come out here on the Developer, and we're probably going to see a Leech Seed, and then we're probably going to see a shit ton of Protects. I don't know. Fairthorn does get burned though on the Leech Seed, which is pretty good. I don't know. This game has been over for a while now. Yeah. Someone else is going to come in. I'm going to skip ahead a couple turns, because frankly, this game is, yeah, you're just going to see Body Slam, Paralysis, Skull, gets burned, but he's going to go for Amnesia. Looks like the same set as last time, Amnesia Curse. Yeah, I don't need to see this. Okay, so, what could Zan have done better? Frankly, not much. Okay, hold up, I got pinged there. Sorry. Yeah, so Zan is this team was just way too well prepared against Rain, frankly. Like everything on this team screwed over Rain in some way, shape, or form. Whether it was water immunity, water resist, plus iron barbs, plus special water resist, plus fast sun sporing, plus encores and charms or whatever. So yeah, this team was just too well prepped against Rain. Zan couldn't really do much because at the end of the day, he's only a Rain team. Which, Rain teams are good, don't get me wrong. However, if your opponent knows what you're doing, it's going to be very easy to play around. So, yeah. I think Barraskewda should have had Crunch throughout this game, though. Crunch would have at least done something throughout this game. Anyway, moving on. Also, Zan got read like a book. There's really not much. I mean, I can't tell someone to not get read like a book. You just kind of have to do it. Okay, second to last battle, we got Arm versus the Denver Digletts. Very fun. Like it looks like we got a full stall team against that. Yeah, I don't feel like determining what the lead is. Let's just start. Lissabot comes out here against the Raikou. Pretty bad matchup here, turn 1. We're going to see an Oris here. Immediately, most likely. Oh yeah, right, forgot. Toledo Treeckos versus the Denver Digletts. Yeah, that. So, anyway, Raikou is going to go for the Oris for turn 1. Because Golisopod probably should have swapped. And it should have. But that only does not go for it just goes for spikes. Very interesting. If this thing has spikes, that's interesting. So maybe Skarmory doesn't have spikes itself. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think Golisopod should have stayed in on a Raikou in the first place. And you can see why, because it's dealing a lot of damage to Volt Switch. Anyways. Shango's gonna come in and get a knockoff on the Mandibuzz, which is pretty good. And then we're gonna see Skarmory come in here on the Defog, getting rid of the invisible spikes for some reason. Raikou's gonna come back in here as the Skarmory is gonna reveal Iron Defense. Interesting. Tangrowth's gonna come back in here on the Orsphere. Clearly Assault Vest Tangrowth. Volt Switch again into the Noivern. Are we gonna see another knockoff? So Leftovers off Noivern and Boots off Mandibuzz. Pretty good progress so far. And then the Weezing gets 2-shot by Hurricane. Yeah. If this was your if this Weezing was supposed to be your Noivern check, it definitely should have been especially defensive for sure. Yeah. So see, if it's especially defensive, you'll see this Hurricane is... Okay, well you can't see it. But it's doing around 39, it's doing around 40% if you run Spadef on Weezing Galar. So at least would have not been a 2-week KO, you can be able to Strange Team or stuff like that. But to be fair, this team isn't very well prepped against Noivern, I will give it that, so Anyway, Weezing is going to be lost immediately, which means the Draco immunity is gone. Though to be fair, there is a Skarmory. Looks like this Noivern does not have Flamethrower, and we're going to see Raikou come back in here on the Body Press. Pretty good damage has been done. Okay, Tango is going to come in here on a Thunderbolt. Obviously not going to be doing much. Probably going to see another Volt Switch into probably another Bird. And we do see Venomous come in on yet another knockoff. Yep, okay. Skarmory's going to come in here on the U-turn. Going to get some Rocky Helmet Chip again as we see the Raikou come back in. Tango is going to come back in. Okay, well, this is getting a little bit repetitive. Noivern, sure. Skarmory's going to come in here. Hurricane is going to be doing a good chunk, but it isn't going to be doing too much. Venomous is going to probably come in on the Roost. Yep, I would probably Body Press here if I was Arum, just to see if he tries to go switch to Raikou immediately. Yep, okay. I would Body Press again, just cause screw you, yeah. I would Body Press yet again. I don't know. I think at some point maybe you should Iron Defense, but like at this point you are pressuring Venomous a little bit. He is just trying to he's just roost stalling for some reason though. So I mean it is working. You're gonna see the Clefable switch in here on the Iron Defense. Worst turn to Iron Defense there, unfortunately. Drax is gonna come out here on the Thunder Wave. Yeah. I mean that's fine. Well, I mean it's not fine, but like, Anyway, that's why it's gonna come out. I would have gone to Quagsire there, basically. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so on this turn, I would have just gone to I would have gone to Quagsire. Basically, Clef is either going to go for an Electric or Fire move to kill the Skarmory, or it's going to go for Thunder Wave. And yeah, Quagsire just covered every single base there. If you know it's Thunder Wave, that's really good information to have. Or if it's Thunderbolts or Flamethrower, is also very good information to have. Anyway, so Thunder Wave comes out. Yeah, goes for Wish, comes out on another set of spikes. And then Raikou is going to come back in. I would have Body Pressed here for 100,000%. We should have Body Pressed. Yeah. People, you need to be more cognizant of Wish passing. That was definitely the turn to Body Press. Even if this Clefable had Teleport, at least you knew that Clef had Teleport. And if it did have Teleport, that means this Clefable does not have Protect. Which means it's very hard for it to heal throughout the match. So, that was the 1,000... If that Skarmory Body Press there, oh my god, that would have been so. Oh, Denver Digletts was so screwed there, because this Skarmory, if it's Iron Defense, it has almost no checks if that Raikou is dead. Like what's left? Mystical Fire, Diancie. Yeah, that's about it. That's literally it. Skarmory, Scizor gone. Clef can't do anything to it. I'm assuming, at least. I don't see a Flamethrower. It's probably going to be Moonblast and then either Protect or Soft Blow. And then Venomous can't do shit. Noivern potentially can try to Parafusion it, so Hurricane Confusion it and stuff like that. But yeah, Skarmory would have done so well if that Raikou just died right there. I don't know, missed opportunity. Anyway, but now the Raikou is actually back up to full. And now we actually saw earlier, it is actually Boots, which is really, really smart. Pause. Really, really smart team building on Denver Digletts' part, because he recognized that Spikes was a very real threat from Arm, so he's gonna bring that Boots Raikou, and also lets him switch up moves so he can still be a nice electric pivot. Really, really smart move. I really like the Boots on that Raikou. Anyway, back to this match. We're gonna see a knockoff on the Clef. This takeout is getting rid of a lot of items, which are really nice. We're gonna see another Sludge Bomb here too. Okay, very good. Clearly the Clef is Magic Guard though. A Sludge Bomb comes out here. No poisons, unfortunately. I probably would have stayed in there to try to poison again, because AV Tank... Yeah, hold up. So, at this point... Oh, wait. Yeah, so at this point in the game, right, AV Tangrowth is not going to die to a hurricane. It probably doesn't run like 60. Right? Let me make sure. I'm like 90% sure. Yeah. You can't see it, but it does 54 to 62. So you do live that unless you get crit, right? And bro, if you got that, if you stay in, try to get that sludge bomb poison, and if stupidly, frankly, this was a stupid move. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this was stupid. Why would you hurricane here? Well, it's not stupid, but like, no, it is kind of stupid because Tangrowth wouldn't have died. You should have roosted. You should have roosted if you're done with Digletts, which is why I think Tangrowth should have stayed in. Went for the Sludge Bomb. If the Hurricane comes out and you don't get confused, you can get the Sludge Bomb and you can kill Noivern. Again, very big dub because this Noivern is very annoying for Arm to deal with. Or if it roosts, you Sludge Bomb and you get another chance to poison it, which is really important as well. If you get the chance to poison it, that's really, really good. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Hurricane comes out, whatever. Noivern is going to be able to roost up here as Skarm is going to do the same. Whatever. Probably going to see a body press here. Oh, nope. Okay, we get paralyzed, so we don't know. Hurricane's going to come out, do 32%. We see another paralysis, very unlucky. Another Hurricane, another Confusion, and we're going to see our hit herself in Confusion. So, Denver Digletts is getting all the luck right now. We're going to see the Hurricane come out here, and the Cell Rock, which does 90%, but no dice. Narukami is going to come out and kill the Lycanroc. So, you brought Lycanroc, and it didn't, it didn't kill the Noivern. Very unfortunate. However, I want to introduce you to. Why was it not Choice? Okay, well, I think Choice Band Lycanroc was a lot better choice here than Life Orb. First off, I already mentioned earlier in the video how much I don't like Life Orb. You can kind of circle back. It's in the Narukami Ninetales section if you skipped. But yeah, I don't like Life Orb. Also, if it was Choice Band, like look at this team right now. There's no rock resist. There are absolutely no rock resist. Choice Band Stone Edge absolutely mauls this team. There's no switch-ins. And if it was Choice Band a Cell Rock also low-key mauls this team as well. So yeah, I think Choice Band here would have been very, very, very good to bring. It would have saved you in this very instance, for example. But obviously, you live and you learn. You didn't think about it, and I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, Quagsar's gonna come in here for some reason on the Noivern. To be fair, this Skarmy is pretty low, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. You don't have a lot of checks here. Scald's gonna come in. Yeah, okay, so it is soft boiled Clefable, most likely his last move is just gonna be Moonblast. Yeah. Burn, doesn't matter. It's very boring. Moonblast, 39. Whatever. Scald, whatever. Tangrowth, whatever. If I was Arm, I probably would have tried to bring in Skarmory and try to, roost up. Sludge Bomb comes out. To be fair, Arm is getting very unlucky here, I must say. So the paras earlier on Skarmory, Sludge Bomb has not poisoned anything yet, which is really, really bad. This is pretty sucky. Knockoff there didn't make a lot of sense. I think every single thing that would have wanted to switch into Tangrowth, their item has already been knocked off, so there's really no point in using that move anymore. Maybe he tried to want to catch like something like Raikou on the switch, which if he caught the boots there, that would have been pretty major. U-turn, Clef. Rest on Quagsire. I don't know about that one. The Quagsire does get Recover, so there's no real reason to run Rest. And now, see, you're just giving your opponent free turns to do whatever they want. Hurricane's going to come out on Skarmory. Finally, we see a miss. Dracometeor also is going to miss. To be fair, kind of deserved luck considering what happened earlier. Skarmory is going to get back up to a decent amount of health. We're going to see another Hurricane miss as Skarmory is going to start setting up spikes. We're going to see a U-turn here. Yeah, if I were done with Digletts, this Skarmory with Rocky Helmet, there's no reason to U-turn. You're just taking chip for yourself. And he's going to come in here as the body press is going to come out, do a nice, decent chunk of damage. Probably going to see rocks here on Diancie. Yep, as another body press comes out. Yep, Clefable is going to come in here on the Quagsire. Quagsire was probably expecting a Flamethrower. You see swap back into Skarmory on a Moonblast. Yeah, I don't know. This Quagsire should not have been rest. I don't know why it is. It should just be Recover. Also should be Leftovers too. I'm not sure why it's not Lefties either. So yeah, this is Quagsire is just gonna, you know, Earthquake there. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe trying to predict the roost there. Treeckos. U-turn on a roost again. Yeah, probably. Yep. Pretty standard stuff. A Moonblast and... Okay, Raikou comes in here on the roost. Quagsire is going to come in here, but it is a little bit too low health. I think Orsphere is going to knock it out, and it does. Right. So this is why leftovers matters. Quagsire or Sphere, it does 28 to 34. If you had leftovers here, you probably could have been healed in range, whereas you wouldn't have in range of Orsphere anymore. So, yeah, moral of the story, run leftovers, run recover, rest is a waste of a move slot, frankly. Especially on something with reliable recovery. It doesn't make any sense to bring it all. So, yeah, run recover next time. And I'm not sure what the item is, but probably run leftovers as well. Yeah, Tinker comes in, which, frankly, probably should have came... Well, to be fair, the Quagsire it's hard to get it to recover. And, okay, at this point, Arm has lost all offensive momentum, so I'm not exactly sure how he's going to win here. Basically, the only way he can win here is if Denver Digletts chokes and brings in Raikou against Skarmory, like, not safely. And that's the only way he can lose at this point. Okay, well, Denver Digletts, yeah, like this, for example. If he can go for the... Well, okay, to be fair, the Roost is coming there. Yeah. It's not looking good for your boy Arum here. Yeah. Anyway, more U-turn on Rocky Helmet. Again, very unnecessary. There's no point in just losing Chip. You're just gonna have to roost it off later and you're wasting PP. So, yeah. You gotta start thinking like a stall champion. Like I am. SMH. No, but I mean at the same time, it's literally just optimal. Just to, you know, you don't want to just lose health randomly. Anyway, oh, big body press on Raikou. That's pretty big. We're gonna see probably a Volt Switch here. Yep. Ground type is gone. When the ground type is gone, Volt Switch becomes super free. Whoever's gonna come in here, go for that Hurricane. You know what he's gonna do. He's gonna spam that Hurricane. He's running out of Hurricanes though, actually. So this could be pretty big. Yeah. Again, missing Hurricanes here. You're gonna see another Paralysis there, which is actually good for the Skarmory in terms of roost stalling, PP stalling. You know, we like to do that. Hurricane comes out. No Paralysis, no Confusion. Roost up. Probably gonna see another Roost come out on the Clef Switch. Yep. Honestly, at this point, I just start Iron Defensing. Yeah, I would Iron Defense here, and then I would Body Press the next turn. Because, you know, now Raikou comes in, and you're just, yeah, this is it's a turn too late. Okay, so, yeah, okay, let's quit the chit-chat. I think I need to, okay, Arum. Like, let me lay it straight to you. There's a Magic Guardmon, there's 2 flying types, and there's a Mon with boots. Sparks don't matter as much in this game anymore. I think getting up 1 layer is fine, but after that, just start spamming Iron Defensive Body Press. Because if you can start trying to catch that Raikou on the switch in, that's going to be very, very major towards this game. Because this Skarmory is your only win con at this point in the game, right? So if you were able to Iron Defense, Body Press, boom. Like, okay, literally 2 turns ago, that was a perfect opportunity. You set it up very, very well. So you're right, you see, Club comes in, you get the Roost. This is a perfect time to Iron Defense. So if you Iron Defense this turn, as it goes for Wish, like, the 3rd layer spikes doesn't matter here. Like, oh my god. Yeah, like, if you Iron Defense here, and then as it wished, like, very clearly Raikou's gonna come in afterwards, you Body Press that, boom, Raikou's dead. This entire game would have been turned around. 100,000%. Yeah. That was the win con you had to go for at this point. Your opponent needed to choke. And that exact thing actually happened, but you weren't able to capitalize on it. So, yeah, just something to know. You really need to pay attention in a game and just kind of, you have to figure out, like, so, you know, I'm down 6-3. What can I do to win? You know, Tangrowth is not going to be able to do, like, it just like made slight chip damage to everything. Maybe I can get a nice poison on something with Sludge Bomb. But that's about all I can do, right? You know, Gliscopod, it dies to rocks. Assuming it's not Boots. If it is Boots, still can't do much to this team at all. Water is unresisted, except for the Noivern. And Noivern is actually just a big check anyway. So, Noivern is, Ghostbot's not going to beat the Noivern. So, Skarmory here is your big win con. It resists, or it just doesn't care about most moves on this team. Scizor doesn't beat, Scizor doesn't beat it. Clef doesn't beat it. Manabuzz doesn't beat it. We don't know what this Diancie had. Maybe it had Mystic Fire, so maybe it was pretty scary. But you already have like a spiker. If you have just like one layer of spike or whatever, that's still pretty good. And then so Noivern only is threatening if you get hacked, right? Hurricane Confusion, all that type of stuff. And then Raikou's the main thing. If you are able to Iron Defense up while Denver Digletts isn't looking, and then body press that Raikou on the switch, you are able to win. That is the main thing you should have done. You should have gone for it. And so, during a match, like everyone, like this is very important. You have to know what your win con is. If your win con is my opponent throws away his win con, yes, that is the thing that you have to go for. Of course, it has to be realistic, right? You can't just be like, my Specs Dragapult is gonna go for Draco Meteor, and hopefully this guy's Scarf Guard just randomly switches in one turn. No, it's not gonna be that. Well, I mean maybe that could happen, but like it has to be realistic. Like Raikou coming in after a Wish Pass is very realistic. So, because first of all, Denver Digletts has done it before already. So like, anyway, I'm getting triggered. Yeah, don't get so focused on setting spikes and try to just think about big picture things during a match. I know it's hard to do that because you're thinking about the match, you think about the next turn, but like you have to think about like the next 5 turns or 10 turns or next 100 because apparently this game is lasting quite a bit. So yeah, just anyway. Oyster coming out, not doing much. Available, whatever. Yeah, this game is just it's relaxing. It's going through the motions. Gonna get that sludge bomb. Sopwall comes in on another sludge. These things happen occasionally. Just why don't we just relax? Oyster finally comes in. Goes for the nothing because it goes to Raikou on the switch to Skarm. Nice double. Let's see if Volt Switch and the Skarm decides to stay. Yeah, okay, that was a desperation play. Volt Switch is pretty much always guaranteed from Raikou. This was Boost Gliscopod, but it's not going to do anything to an Noivern. Speaking of which, if it had first impression, why didn't it go for first impression on the Raikou turn 1? Or why didn't it switch out? There's a lot of unanswered mysteries. Tank Growth against the world, it's definitely not going to be able to win. Because, well, there's a goddamn Scizor. In fact, the Scizor should have come in about 5 turns ago. Yeah. I'm upset that the Scizor didn't get to do anything this game. Okay, whatever. Hurricane misses. 2 Hurricanes left, actually. If the Denver Digletts does miss this next one, which he does. Interesting. Okay, you're getting some health back with the Giga Drain. Alright. You're gonna see the Roost. Okay, we're gonna see Sludge Bomb. Okay. Narukami. Okay, yeah, this game. Whatever, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, very unfortunate 6-0. I think Arm really could have turned that game around, though. Just a couple of missteps. A couple of team building mistakes. He was very, very close to actually just turning that entire game around. It was very, very close, I think. Despite the fact that it was a 6-0. I think Denver Digletts also made a couple plays that were very questionable. Letting that Raikou be vulnerable against the Skarmory was very, very... it's very stupid. I'm gonna be quite honest here. Very, very dumb. If you let that Raikou die, your team loses the Skarmory. Like, very hard. So, like... Yeah, anyway. Last battle. A little palate cleanser after that. Little stall match. We have only 106 turns, only 106. We got Wiggly, so we got the Virbank Venomous versus the Italian Torterras. Okay, so this is the top in my PRs. This is like what, first versus second ranked teams or something like that, or first versus third, something like that. I don't remember. Second versus third, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm too tired. I don't feel like looking at leads. Probably Dragapult lead. Because, like, if it specs, you know, you get the, you know, U-turn or whatever, and then maybe this is like a Mega Mawile. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, it is Mawile. Oh, it's Dragon Ball 2. Got him. Oh, it's intimidating. Call it Clear Body. Okay, well, hold on, no. Go back. This is actually important. Okay, so POV, you send out Mawile and you see Clear Body Dragon Ball. My first instinct, that's not Specs Dragon Ball. Why would a Dragon Ball be Clear Body against your team with well, 0 stat droppers? You know, well, I mean, no, sorry. Why would it be Clear Body when you have a bunch of Intimidators, right? That must set off a lot of alarms. Like, Clear Body is only really used for a Dragon Ball if you're like fighting against a web team or something like that. Otherwise, you know, you just run Infiltrator or you run Curse Body. Like, so why is it Clear Body? This is ringing Dragon Dance in my head immediately. So if I was Wiggly, I would immediately just go for Play Rough. Because, like, Dragon Ball also likes running Substitute, so if you try to go for Sucker Punch, you really could screw yourself up and let Dragon Ball get a free sub. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Also, if it is Dragon Dance, which it almost definitely is, Flamethrower is not going to be doing much, Fire Blast is not going to be doing that much, relatively speaking. So you still live a hit, you can go for Play Rough, you can, you know, get that. Anyway, yeah, so it is Substitute, Sucker Punch fails, very, very scary. Dragon Dance is going to come out here, still scary. The Phantom Force here on the Earth Power. Phantom Force is going to come out, do 51% Earth Power there. It's going to break the sub. So, now, you... POV. Your Dragon Ball just Phantom Forced Volcanion, and the Earth Power just broke your sub. What do you do now? So... basically, at this point in the game, right... So, if, now this is only if, theoretically, on a very theoretical basis, what is this Volcanion gonna do, right? So, there's a couple things it can do. First, it could keep Earth Powering until you kill it, making sure you don't set up sub. 2, it switches out immediately into something like Mawile, or something else that can revenge kill you if you go for a Phantom Force scan. So, what would you do what would I do if I were the Italian Torterras, aka Boss Ben? Well, fellow viewers, what I tell to you is this. Do not Phantom Force on this turn. That is a terrible idea. Okay, so basically, okay, here's the thought process, right? So if Volcanion, okay, well, first thing I would do is sub again, right? If it does go for Earth Power, whatever, I'm just gonna go for Dragon Darts to kill it, right? And if I do go for Dragon Darts into the Mega Mawile, that's fine, because I can just switch out, right? Either I can switch out, or I can try to play the Sucker Punch more. It doesn't, like, one of the two things, right? So, I would Dragon Dart too. Or, I would sub. Like, either those two moves are fine plays. Sub is a little bit more aggressive, and you're, like, hoping they switch out, which is a choke if they switch out, by the way. Personally, I honestly... Actually, I'm not sure. You know, this poll is really hard to play around, frankly. Switching out is like okay, but look, if you keep Volcanion and you spam Earth Power, right? That means, you know, Dragon Ball doesn't have a substitute, right? So I don't know. This is a really weird scenario, frankly. Yeah, I would try to make sure, like, the safest play, make sure Dragon Ball does not have a sub. So I would go to, like, so I would just spam Earth Power until I die. And then, at that point, nothing really outspeeds the Pulse, so you're gonna have to find something that just, like, tanks it naturally. I think, yeah, going back into Mawile is fine, because you can just spam Play Rough. I'm pretty sure plus 1 Phantom Force doesn't kill for sure. So, you know, you're just gonna go for, like, you're just gonna spam Play Rough. So I think that's the safest play overall. Of course, you lose your Volcanion, and you lose, like, a lot of health on your Mawile, which sucks, but at least the Dragon Dance Dragon Balls out of the way, which is really important. So yeah, either I spam Earth Power, or I predict that the Dragon Ball doesn't go for Substitute, and I go for Mawile and the Phantom Force or something like that. Anyway, Mawile is going to come in here on the Phantom Force. Very unfortunate now, because although it does a lot of damage, Mawile is going to knock our Dragon Ball with Play Rough. Very, very sad. Rashiva is going to come in here, go for the close combat, knock out the Mawile. Okay, we're going through the motions here. Well, Rillaboom's gonna come in, Fortress is gonna come in, probably gonna see a knockoff. Yep, knockoff. It's a crit, which is pretty, get some good damage. Looks to be probably Choice Band for Earthborn, if I had to guess. And I would probably either Volt Switch or Toxic here. We're gonna see Stealth Rock, also fine play. We're gonna see Sand Tomb. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Sand Tomb Lander's Therian. Not something I would usually expect. We're seeing Defog here on the Heavy Slam. Not doing a lot of damage because Fortress versus Lando T is not a very big weight difference. Earth Power is going to come out and actually kill the Fortress. So now the Boss Man does not have rocks up on the field. Boss is going to come out here on the Volcanion. He's going to go for the Aura Sphere. Nice prediction. Unfortunately, does not get the range he needs to kill. Thankfully, the Volcanion is slower, so it doesn't seem to have mattered. Rillaboom's going to come back in here, probably just going for a Grassy Glide, and it's going to do a heck of a lot of damage to the Bisharp. Yep, 43%. Thankfully, there's a little bit of grassy terrain leftovers recovery. So that's going to come out here on the Greninja. Yeah, okay. So at this point, I wouldn't have gone for Swords Dance because first off, there's Greninja, right? Greninja could potentially have low kick. I don't know. Swords Dance. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have Swords Dance here because, okay, let's put this into perspective. What if this Rillaboom stayed in? Right? If it stayed in and went for another glide, that means this Bisharp's dead. So I don't think Swords Dance was necessarily the most correct play. I think I would have gone for knockoff or Iron Head here. I know 100% would have gone for knockoff here. At least you get something out on the Greninja now, right? But now you have to switch out in fear that this thing has low kick. So yeah, Bossman does go to Greninja here. Sorry, Mega Blastoise, which is starting to get up spikes. Ice Beam comes out. Gets up all three layers of spikes when Aura Sphere comes out. So those spikes are going to be very, very big now because now with the spikes up, Bisharp can no longer take one more Grassy Glide hit from the Rillaboom. It was 2-shot anyways, but now it can't switch in at all. So yeah, you'll see right here, Bisharp is going to be in 44%. Grassy Glide is going to take it. Oh, actually, it doesn't take it out. But unfortunately, it is 2-hit KO'd. If I were Ben here, I would have 100% sacrificed something on his team because Bisharp was not going to be able to live the Rillaboom without you needed a knockoff that's banned so that something like Toxapex can actually start taking the hits. Yeah. Toxapex is going to come out here. Lander's going to come in on what? Scald, knockoff, Toxic? Nah. Okay, so at this point, yeah, Glaceon wins. If it's Scarf Glaceon, it's 100%. It's basically guaranteed, almost. Very close, at least. Glaceon's going to come out here. Freeze Dry is going to do a ton. Oh, wait. You should have knocked off here if you had knocked off on Pex. That would have actually been really, really big. Well, too late now. Shifu's going to come in here. I think it is Scarf Glaceon, so yep, your Shifu is not going to live. And then Blastoise, after Spikes and Rocks, is also most likely not going to live as well. We'll see. No. Okay, so Glaceon is going to be able to clean out that last game. A little mini sweep there, but to be fair, when you have 3 water types, it's pretty easy to sweep like that. And yeah. I think playing that Dragon Ball, and that the Dragon Ball was played a little bit better, I think that mattered. And that mattered for everything. I think that Dragon Ball 100% could have 6-0'd the entire game. Not even close. So, yeah. Yeah, Paul could have won immediately from turn 1. Unfortunately, a couple good plays from Wiggly and just a little bit of misplay on Ben's part led to the Paul dying. Very unfortunate. From there, Bisharp potentially could have won as well, actually. Actually, if Ben oh, wait. Back a little bit. So this turn actually was pretty bad. Okay, so actually, I don't think the Greninja... I don't think this Greninja actually had any moves that could throw in Bisharp. So if he just stayed in on this turn, this would have actually been really, really bad for Wiggly. Because, like a plus 2 Bisharp is really heckin' hard to deal with. Yeah, no, this could have been very, very deadly. I think, if this Bisharp if this Greninja couldn't touch it, Um, okay, so this Greninja couldn't touch it. You know, you knock off here, you like knock off an Iron Head twice or whatever and kill the Greninja, right? So what does Wiggly do now? So probably go to the Rillaboom. So with Rillaboom, basically you kind of get into a little bit of a Sucker Punch war, basically. Basically, Rillaboom has Grassy Glide, which will outspeed Sucker Punch, but it won't KO Bisharp. Meanwhile, Bisharp could go for a +2 knock off the Choice Band really bad, or +2 Iron Head, whatever. I'm not sure if it killed though, so we don't know about that yet. Rillaboom most likely had either Superpower or Stomping Tantrum, which would have killed Bisharp. So yeah, there's that little bit of like a Sucker Punch war. I'm not sure. I doubt Rillaboom actually dies to a +2 Sucker Punch. So probably going for a Stomping Tantrum or something like that would have been the best play here if this Bisharp stayed in and killed the Greninja, right? So yeah. But you know, let's check. I'm pretty sure this Bisharp, it's either Life Orb or Black Glasses. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. So knockoff 100%. +2 knockoff 100% KO. Ooh. Sucker Punch killed at that rate. Oh, it was at 96. Sucker Punch had a range to kill if it was actually like no zero bulk Rillaboom, but I doubt it was. I mean, it would have made the range a lot better, I guess. If it was like, let's say like 52 HP. I don't know. But yeah, it was at 96, so it's like half 50-50 chance to kill. Actually, a little bit less. It's a better chance for Ben to get the kill. So, very interesting. Yeah, if this Bisharp stayed in, there's actually a good chance that Ben might have been able to pull out some sort of victory, maybe. I'm not sure yet. And also, like, Hex knocking off the Scarf on if Hex had knockoff, it could have knocked out the Scarf on Glaceon. At least Ben wouldn't have lost that way to Glaceon, because then Urshifu would have been able to outspeed it. But I mean, yeah, then he would just lose the Grass Glide. And at least the differential's better. So yeah. Yeah. I think once the Bisharp died, I think the game was over at that point. But this Bisharp might have been able to turn things around. I don't want to put too much more thought into it, considering it's already been an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna stop here for today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.